as usual, the moment I start having something to say, I get really bad acid reflux, and I'm not nervous. I don't get nerves. Um, so I apologize. Um, what I'm going to call the video is "People Are Tired." I'm going to move on from that. Um, there, without getting into doom and gloom, right? The main point of this video is to not talk about the economy or about politics. I don't really do that. That's not the point of my channel. The point of my channel is to get into what the common man and woman are going through on a day-to-day basis, right? I haven't had to work in years. I'm not a trust fund kid. I'm on Social Security. I have a sickness. So that's where I come from. That's my background. But I have worked quite a few jobs. I was construction contractor. I worked in the food service industry. And all sorts of things. So yard work when I was a kid, snow shoveling, lawn mowing, all sorts of stuff. So I brought up in one of my other videos about public decency laws, and I'll touch on that briefly, is that people are so tired from their job, they just want to relax. They want to be able to go into a park or into any public area. I brought up the beach, anything like that, and walk with their kids or do whatever. And it's sort of like someone start yelling about anything, about any religion, or just like, the end is nigh. Just like at the top of their lungs where everybody can hear them. Like, you can't carry on a conversation. You can't do anything. It's just disruptive. It's like someone getting in your face and yelling at you. That's the analogy I use, like a drill sergeant. So I want to get more into like politics because it's something people can understand, and it's just constant talking, right? I'm sure some people come from families where they talk about how important communication is, right? Or I'm sure some friends have that. And all they do is bring up what the problem is, how to fix the problem, or, just getting a group together, going out to eat. Or politicians, it's like, yeah, we know the economy's having trouble, and all they do is talk about problems and solutions, and none of it gets implemented. And all they've done is talk for years. Same thing with people I live with. They just talk and talk and talk and communicate, and that's all that happens. Right? And the point American people are at, or just people in general, is that we want to see something. Right? We don't care if it's a Band-Aid. We don't care if it's a bad idea. We want anything at this point. We want someone to stand in front of the press and say, fuck it. No one else is coming up with ideas, so this is the idea I'm ruling with. They could be a librarian, they could be a teacher, they could be a road worker, they could be a fucking homeless person. We're going to implement it this month or today. Because really, people are fatigued. They're tired of social media. It's like the shock value's gone. Nobody cares about anything anymore. Nobody's watching sports. It's just, I wouldn't say it's mass depression. It's just, it might be growing up. But I'm going to say this. Not everybody liked Obama. Not everybody voted for him. but I remember living in DC, and the transport system was abysmal. Terrible. The way our veterans are being taken care of, also terrible. And everybody can admit that our healthcare system is in the shitter. And a lot of people on either side of the party just talked. They just gabbed. And I would imagine what was going through Obama's head is like, fuck it, we need to do something. So I'm going to pass these bills. I'm going to pass these laws, and I'm going to try to change the transit system and the way the veterans get taken care of. I'm going to provide an Obama phone and internet to help homeless people get jobs and off the street. I'm going to do that. I'm not going to make it about being a Republican. I'm not going to make it about being a Democrat. And one would argue that Obama's constituency cared more about his race than he did. That man cared zero fucks about his party politics. And sure, there's like, I'm not here to apologize for him. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. You know, in many ways, he was the Democrat. He was the Democrat version of Trump. You know, because at that point, nothing was being done. We were stuck in. I remember in DC, there was constant roadworks, and a lot of corruption started being uncovered. Like, things were being drawn out for no reason, jobs were being redone for no reason, just to put money in someone else's pocket. Same thing with the transit authorities. It's like, he was doing stuff. Something needed to get done. Right? And it's the same thing with Trump. The time Trump got in, neither side was doing anything. Republicans were just talking, same shit. Same shit, different year. And I would say that we're done with party politics. We're done. We're all done. We're done. We're just full stop done. And the only other analogy I could draw to what's going on in America happened a long time ago in China. China had the same problem that Japan's having, and we're seeing it here in America. That I'm just going to say it's the same problems with the economy, with the work situation, kids not being allowed to work or contribute, and just the school being just teaching them nothing. Right? And so what that generation was forced to do was either starve on the street, work 3 to 4 jobs and still be homeless, or bring the communists in. There is no hope for either side of the party, either parties. Because the amount of money that is needed to become a president, the moment a president gets into office, they're a sitting duck, they're a lame duck, they're useless. Politicians are the same way at this point. What we need is either another country to come in, or another form of running, or another form of just running. I don't care. No one cares. Fix the shit. And of course, I'm going to try to end it here. It's only 9 minutes. I'm going to try to end here. You could say, well, who are you? Just some dude sitting behind a screen, talking into a screen, and there we go again. I'll just let that sink in. If people want to look at, like, without me having to explain shit, right? This is something fun. I'm going to tell you to look up something fun. Look up Groundhog Day. The movie. Get some popcorn. Torrent into shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm not monetized. And just have fun with friends or family or by yourself and watch it. That movie explains exactly what's going on. Living the same day over again. So what should I say? Something uplifting to end the video on? That I would be a good candidate, so people can say, you see, he's just pushing himself. Anybody who comes up with any sort of idea to fix things is lambasted. I don't mean some bullshit environment crap. I mean a human fix to a human problem. If your first idea to fix things is the environment, you have no problems in life. Go and get a job. Go work at Starbucks, giving coffee to the same people that care about the environment. And see if you want to end your life. You want to say that, in the same note, you think about Republicans, you think the people who go to Chick-fil-A are beacons of humanity? Work at Chick-fil-A. Work at Chick-fil-A. See the Republican beacon of humanity. How long in the video am I? 12 minutes, fuck. Okay, I am going to try to end it here, but I'm going to say, don't put your faith in anything. Don't put your faith in a religion. Don't put your faith in a god or a leader or anything. Don't put your faith in a politician. Don't believe in your family. Don't believe in anything. And I don't mean to get yourself... It isn't about going to heaven or hell. I made plenty of videos about that. Do what you can. If you take anything away from this video, I know I already said that this is a real message. Do what you can. Because if everything fails anyway, at least you can say, well, fuck, I did what I was able to do. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.